Times Influence Initiative.
From building India's biggest SME platform to enabling the largest startup ecosystem, Lufthansa is helping young entrepreneurs realize their dreams to take off on the runway to success. Capping 4 successful seasons, here's ET Now's Paromita Chatterjee with a brand new episode of Season 5.
Hello and welcome to Lufthansa Runway to Success, a television series where icons of India Inc. inspire, guide and mentor a new generation of entrepreneurs every week and select the most promising startup as the winner. Now you, the viewer, also have the power to pick the winner in the Viewer's Choice category. Video pitches by all contestants have been posted on lhrunwaytosuccess.in. So simply log on and vote for your favorite. So whom do we have on the show today? Just take a look.
A businesswoman, brand ambassador, columnist and a public speaker. Devita Saraf is a visionary entrepreneur who built the fast-growing luxury television brand View Televisions in 2006. Devita started her career by working in the family business at Zenith Computers from a very young age. She learned the ropes of business early in her life and went on to blend luxury with technology by setting up View Technologies. Devita's commitment and journey towards building her own brand has been truly remarkable and inspiring.
So please join me in welcoming none other than Devita Saraf, founder, CEO and design head of View Technologies. Hi Devita, great to see you, looking wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's have a little chat, shall we, before we start off with our entrepreneurs? Please join me. Take us back to 2006, when you began View. It's been 11 years since then, but when you began in 2006, what was your vision?
I think just to share the journey before that, I was training in the family business of computers. I made my own decision to move to the US because I felt California is really the hotbed of technology. I came back to India and I was working very closely with companies like Microsoft, Intel, AMD. And I saw that most of the innovation and R&D is done in their labs in the US.
Right.
And that's when I had the vision that, look, I also want to make high-end products. And I want to have my own product development lab.
How did Dad react though? Was he the hardest sell to make when you came across and you told him that, listen, this is what I want to get into? Was he taken aback?
So it's interesting, when I made this and I decided to do this, first of all, I traveled across the world. And the fun part is I used to pose as a student to gate crash a lot of these labs to understand. Thank you. Right. To understand.
You still look like a student. You could still gate crash.
And give my card and enter. And when I started this business, I made a plan. It said View Luxury and Technology, which I think for most people for the past 5 years of my business was an oxymoron. Right. How can, technology be luxury? And so I made this plan and I gave it to my father and I said, you know what, I want to have this idea that we should have our own innovation labs here and make products for the high-end emerging Indian consumer. Right. And he looked at the plan and he studied it and then he asked me, so you want to be CEO of this thing? Yeah, okay. That's how it started.
A young woman, a feisty young woman, and who's there in this space. What was it like, your journey as a CEO, trying to sort of carve out a niche for yourself, being on the other side of the gender, the dominant gender, so to speak?
People, when they meet me, it takes them a few minutes to realize that I'm the boss. They think like, okay. I'm one of the younger girls working in the team. And as soon as they realize I'm the CEO, the conversation changes. And I know how to make the conversation towards what I want in a business meeting. I think that's one good thing that I have, the confidence that I have, and I started training when I was very young. Having said that, I think what's interesting today is there's a lot of perceptions around business women. I don't know why they get a bad rap for being seen as very, hard or aggressive or manly, but that's not
Which are qualities that men have as well.
And well, they do, but I think, for example, people are like, she shouldn't be called bossy. And I was like, by all means, call me bossy, I'm the boss.
Did you at any point think that, listen, let me just take perhaps an easier way out, step back, or maybe hand over the business? Were there any doubts at all as you matured in your own life as well?
You know, honestly, this has happened all the time, where a lot of my friends come in and they're always like, now it's time for you to settle.
Settle, oh yes, that golden word. And especially coming from a Marwari family, right?
Marwari, yes.
Oh, yes.
I think what's very important, not just for me, but for the entire generations to come, men, women alike, you have to be driven mostly by the passions that you have, rather than what society expects out of you. Because you'll always be happiest being who you are. And I think the biggest success I've had is that I could build and do what I want while being who I am. You know, I didn't have to change that, or if there was some kind of, you know, lack of acceptance, I managed to overcome it. But I think I'm someone who hates being held back or slowed down in any way.
Just on a lighter note, what's your de-stressor, Devita, other than, you know, obsessing about your next product and looking at, you know, really perfecting what's out there in the marketplace? Right.
I'm very fortunate. I have great friends, I have a great team, and I really make what I do, whatever I do, a lot of fun. So I'm not stressed by the end of the day.
On that note, Devita, we'll take a short break. We're in conversation with Devita Saraf as she joins us on the other side of the break to meet up with our 3 budding young entrepreneurs as they vie for her attention to try and win this round. Remember, you can also participate by simply using the hashtag. Send us your comments on LH Runway to Success. We'll catch you on the other side. Keep watching.
From the thousands of startups that attended the nationwide mentorship camps and the Startup Expo 2017, only 21 businesses were qualified for Lufthansa Runway to Success Season 5. Meet 3 shortlisted entrepreneurs who will present their inspiring business ideas in the technology category on Lufthansa Runway to Success Season 5.
Welcome back to Lufthansa Runway to Success. We are here at the Lufthansa Business Lounge at the Pier A Plus Terminal, a quantum leap in passenger comfort. We are now joined by 3 young entrepreneurs who will share their exciting business ideas with Devita Saraf. Now you too can participate in the show simply by using our hashtag LH Runway to Success. The competition from here on becomes a little more intense and competitive as the 3 entrepreneurs will put their best foot forward, but only one amongst them will clear out and come out shining to win this round. Now remember, the winner of this round will get a Lufthansa business class return ticket to one of over 170 destinations that the Lufthansa Group flies to in Europe. The winner of today's episode will also secure an early stage entry into the semi-finals of the season. And the winner of our grand finale will go on to win a sponsorship to a business program at Cambridge University, a Lufthansa business class ticket to Europe, and a coveted mentorship by TIE. As you can see, a lot of exciting prizes are in store for our winner. So let's get the ball rolling. But before we invite our 3 entrepreneurs one by one to present their business ideas, let us welcome onto the show a renowned business expert, Mr. Girish Shivani, Executive Director and co-founder, Your Next Venture Capital.
Hi.
Hi, Girish. As you can see, all-women team on board.
Glad to be here.
Right, we have both our experts now with us. So let's call upon our first contestant and entrepreneur onto the show. It is Shubhi Agarwal, co-founder and COO, LocoBuzz. Take us through LocoBuzz. Exactly what is the pain point you're trying to solve for the customer?
Sure. So LocoBuzz is actually a new age customer experience platform which uses new technologies like AI, automation, big data and analytics, put it all together to create solutions which help brands in understanding and segmenting their customers, engaging with them very, very efficiently, then using AI and automation to enhance the business processes, the real-time insights and analytics, and then use social CRM and social loyalty programs to basically understand who are the real consumers and brand ambassadors.
There's so much competition coming in, and there's so many people working on products like yours. How are you going to make sure that you retain these clients every month?
Buzz by itself, it's a unified platform which goes across the customer experience journey. So starting from a social media listening to social media command centers to a Converse platform, we do end-to-end customer service. What happens is, if you look at it from an individual silos, yes, there is a lot of competition in each individual ones of those. But when you look at it from an end-to-end perspective, there is no one solution which is actually going or catering to all.
So you're saying, or rather, that's your claim, that you are providing the end-to-end solution.
Yes.
Girish?
So from an integration perspective, this requires a lot of manpower to be able to integrate the various source systems that you spoke about within your client base. So how do you plan to scale up? This looks, or at least sounds like, a fairly linearly scalable model in that sense.
So my platform automatically has a lot of features. It's a SaaS platform. To set up a new client or to onboard them, we require mostly about 2 days to get them started. If in case we are doing an on-site deployment with deeper integrations where I am, integrating with their CRM systems or their sales data, that's when this particular integration is needed. By itself, the system can be up and running in about 2 days, like I mentioned.
Your customer acquisition strategy is more inbound or outbound?
So far, it's been very, very organic. So combination of word of mouth plus inbound. The kind of visibility we would want to have, we don't have it. We are slowly gaining popularity or earning a name for ourselves and reputation for ourselves in certain sectors, but that is still very limited, and it's going from people who have worked with us. They give us good references. They pass our reference
more word
to
of
more
mouth
people.
right
Yes.
now. So
Yes.
marketing in a sort of a concrete way.
Completely organic.
Completely organic.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much. Right, that was our first contestant, and now let's move on to contestant number 2. That's Divyanshu Poddar, CEO and co-founder, Rocketeers. The name of your company sounds very exciting. It's Rocketeers. Take us through, what is your business proposition?
Rocketeers provides a platform to anybody and everybody to come and become rocket scientists and spacecraft engineers for tomorrow. We're providing this as a plug-and-play thing for either individuals or businesses to use. And we do this using a plethora of things, including hardware, software, and some curriculum. The beauty of the thing is that right now we are going through an unprecedented change in the space industry, where cost of access to space is reduced by a factor of 1,000. And India has a very strong space ecosystem from the government, especially with ISRO leading the world in several technologies. And if we want to maintain this lead, the private ecosystem needs to grow with it. ISRO is pushing it on its own level. There are already about 500 companies in India. But there are other things needed in the ecosystem, and we are trying to complement that.
Divyanshu, if I want to become a rocket scientist, what is it that you can offer? So
the first step for you would be to do our basic level model rocketry workshop, where you get to learn, first of all, what goes into space science, why space science, what are rockets, what's the difference between a rocket and a spacecraft, and things like that. You build a small system which behaves somewhat like a rocket. That's the first step. Once you start getting the overview, then you look at which specific fields you would want to work with, and then you take step 2 from there. So we have built this step and the whole chain of this from 5th class level to industry professional level.
B2B part of the business model works very differently from the B2C part of the business model. Yeah. And most of the time we've seen companies very rarely successfully integrate the two together.
Yeah.
It just quadruples the complexity of the model. So how do you plan to manage that? What is it that you need at your team level for you to be able to do that successfully?
So we actually found this very interesting. Our hardware is being developed for the B2C part and it complements the B2B, and our curriculum and training solutions are being developed for the B2B part and they complement the B2C.
Sure. No. So from a product perspective, I understand, but the go-to-market strategies are completely different. The sales cycles are different. The strategy to go and acquire customers are different. So, that's where the complexity is.
So up till now, we've got a very good response in both the segments and it's been very organic. I'm sure as we scale up, there will be issues and where we'll have to take margin calls as to which segment is driving the business more.
So you're seeing client traction from both ends?
Yes.
So you're not planning to do an either or?
No, we ideally don't want to do an either or, because our curriculum and our hardware, basically the product is such that it serves the needs of both the segments.
Okay.
So then why don't we let go of an opportunity?
Okay, point taken. Final questions, judges?
So how much of your current revenue is coming from products and how much of it is coming from services?
So about 60 to 65% comes from product and about 35 to 40% from services.
Okay.
Priyanshu, time's up. Yeah. I know you'd love to keep on talking about it. Your passion is evident. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, there's still one more entrepreneur to go on the round. So let's see if our final contestant can indeed influence Devata as well as Girish with his idea. We'll find out about that after a very short break. Remember, you can utilize this break to send us your thoughts using social media. Just simply remember to use the hashtag LH Runway to Success. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lufthansa Runway to Success. We have one entrepreneur left to make his presentation, and then it's over to Devata Saraf and Girish Shivani to select the winner of this round. So let's call upon our last entrepreneur on the show, Sumit Nayak, founder, member and VP Business, StackQ Technologies. StackQ Technologies, take us through what it's all about.
So StackQ Technologies is basically an AI firm. We're based out of Gurugram with our own proprietary algorithms, wherein we help brands and firms across the country and globe reach out to their customers better in terms of recommendations, product suggestions, content discovery, and discovery in general. We call ourselves a recommendation as a service firm. So because we provide and we help all our firm, all our partners reach out to the users and kind of target their users with better content in a much better manner.
Okay, great. So you've given us an overview. Devata, fire away.
Don't you think it's a very crowded space that you're in? What makes you different? What
it
is your
isn't
business
actually.
Sustainability?
If you look at it from a recommendations perspective, it isn't actually. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of firms which say that recommendation is something that they do, but when you actually look at the crux of recommendation, it's data, right? It's understanding what users are doing, and not a lot of people have access to it. So when you're talking about recommendation, it's actually you understand a small cluster of users and then you try to recommend content to a larger cluster based on what the small cluster is doing. And that is not how recommendation
works. But here you're
works.
saying that you're taking live, real-time users.
Yes, we are understanding what a user does. We are putting that user in multiple clusters. You might be a user who's very keen on movies, as well as a user who actually who's a foodie who loves to go out, and then you actually conform to multiple different clusters of it, and that is how you actually provide a holistic recommendation to the user.
How you provided ROI to someone who's using your product?
So
from the business side.
From a business side, one of the partners that we have, one of the companies that we are partnered with, were generating around around 7 rupees as an average revenue, from the user for every quarter. And at the moment our recommendation engine came in, we were able to provide a lot of contextual information for that particular cluster of users. We were able to connect a lot of brands with that particular
So you were
user.
able to increase the ROI?
Yes, it was doubled.
It was double. From 7, it went to 14.
Actually 15 within 3 months.
Within 3 months. Okay, Girish?
Which was...
So how do you actually integrate with your consumers? You would have to build connectors to their internal source systems.
It's actually we have a very plug and play kind of a solution. We just provide them a simple SDK, a web SDK and a mobile SDK, and it's a 2-day process. It's a 2-day process in the most of complexities, wherein it's live by the end of the week if the testing goes well.
Final questions. We're running against.
So how do you make money?
This is how we do. So let's say there is an e-com firm, or let's say there is a food firm which wants to reach out to a lot of users in a particular section, or they want to reach out to relevant users who are going to stay on their platform for the next 6 months. We help them do that, and then we get, then we earn revenue from that.
You've given us your elevator pitch. Now the judges will make what they have to of it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
So our 3 entrepreneurs have made their presentations, and to our judges, now it's up to our experts to decide and select the winner of today's round. Remember, the scoring is done on the following parameters. The core idea gets 20 points. Then there's the 3C analysis broken up into company, customers, competitors, and financial projections, each of which are allotted 20 points, totaling to 100. So while the scores are being fed in, you, our viewer, can pick the viewer's choice winner by logging on to lhrunwaytosuccess.in and vote for your favorite amongst all the contestants' elevator video pitches. Right, our judges have finally finished that discussion amongst themselves, and it was quite a heated one. So that makes us think that it was a close contest. But no, we aren't going to declare the winner yet. You have to wait for a little while longer, because before we declare the winner, we're going to request Devita Saraf and Girish Shivani to mentor each and every one of our contestants who came in with so much of passion, so much of vigor. What were those ideas which worked, and what could be the possible challenges? Let's start off in the order in which they came. Devita, I'm going to start with you. Our first contestant was Shubhi Agarwal, co-founder and COO at LocoBuzz.
You need to find a way that at least 30% of your business is coming from long-term businesses of yours, and try and also see that you can give them an ROMI calculator to see how much money they're saving when they use a product like yours as they increase their digital marketing spends, so that your cost to them is accounted for within their budgeting. It should always seem to them that they're saving money by having you, and that has to be your USP to keep the client.
Now let's talk about Rocketeers, and we had Divyanshu Poddar, CEO and co-founder of Rocketeers.
My recommendation to you would be, you're definitely the guy for rockets in the country, and you have age on your side. There's a lot more you can do, but make sure that you surround yourself with people who keep an eye on operations, who keep an eye on the business, so that you can have sustainability and you can send a lot more Indians to space.
Okay, great. And then we had our final contestant, which was Sumit Nayak, founder, member and VP at StackQ Technologies.
There are enough and more people trying to crack the affiliate model, revenue through revenue generation. I think that's a very risky space to be in. The sooner you are able to shift your customers to a SaaS-based model, or to a pay-per-use model, not necessarily revenue per use model, I think it will be better for you.
Okay, great. We all want to know, amongst those 3, we had passion, we had fantastic revenue, we had IP technology. Which one is walking away as the winner? Devita.
I don't think he is walking away. He is taking off. So it will be Rocketeers. Congratulations.
Okay, blasting off for Rocketeers. Congratulations. Okay, there you have it, a deserving winner. So, Devita, Girish, shall we go across and congratulate our winner, and of course all our contestants who did extremely well. Congratulations once again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we have our deserving winner for this week, none other than Devyanshu of Rocketeers. Tough job by our judges. It was a close call.
It was, very much.
Okay, but you should feel great, because Devyanshu has won this round and of course makes it to the semi-finals as well. At this note, I would like to request Ms. Sarika Gandhi, Manager Corporate and Business Functions, Lufthansa Group, to please give away a Lufthansa business class return ticket to the winner which will let him fly to one of the 170 destinations that Lufthansa flies in Europe. As I said, he also qualifies for the semi-finals of Runway to Success.
Congratulations, Divyansh. You truly have the making of a successful business leader. On behalf of Lufthansa, I present you to this ticket to Europe. Congratulations.
I also now request Sarika Gandhi to honor our special guest by presenting her with a memento from Lufthansa.
Thank you so much for being with us on this platform today.
Thank
this
you.
is a personalized A380 for you.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, so that brings us to the end of what's been another exciting and nail-biting finish of Lufthansa Runway to Success. Remember, do write in to us with your thoughts using Facebook or Twitter. Just remember to use the hashtag #LHRunwayToSuccess. We'll catch you again next week. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching.
A Times Influence Initiative.